Well, the setting is just
Yeah.
gorgeous. You know, I keep looking out there, you know, at the trees and that little creek and the lake, and, you know, that's the kind of thing we were looking for. All the salespeople have been extremely accommodating. It was easy to, you know, get the changes made that we wanted, and, you know, we're pretty picky about our houses because we built quite a few. And this was by far the best experience we've ever
Spoiled
had.
us more like
Yeah.
but you guys accommodated us. We didn't need a huge house. There are a lot of huge houses in Texas, a lot of square footage. But we needed something to hold what we had, but we also didn't need to have, for two people, to have a huge amount of space. And your builder, Kent, offered more normal size housing in some ways. Or you have an option. You can go really big or you can go a little less big. So that appealed to us.
Just the overall quality of the house. It came with so many features, and of course we added a bunch more, but there's that pickiness again. But, you know, we really love the way it turned out.
Well, the second floor. They put the second floor in. They moved out the dining room wall to accommodate the opening between the stairway underneath it to go into the butler pantry.
I've heard of a lot that won't.
Yeah.
And we've even talked to a few where we said a few things, well, you know, could we do it? No. that was kind of the end of the conversation for us. That was very refreshing not to be nickel and dimed on all of that. You know, it came with the granite countertops in the kitchen, and we even have them in the bathroom. And it was all very reasonable, I thought. You know,
I agree.
it's not something where you have to constantly, you know, turn around and spend more money to get what you want.
One thing, the house maintains a temperature of about 75 degrees year-round. If it's really, really cold, it'll go down, and really, really hot. But it's, I feel pretty consistent with that temperature.
Yeah, it is amazing. We don't have to run the, well, a lot of the year, we don't have to run the AC or heat too much. You know, obviously it gets hot in the summer, so we're running the AC, but even then, the bills aren't that bad. The way the kitchen came out, those cabinets are fantastic.
When we were watching the grandchildren this weekend and came home, I walked in and I just went, wow, I live here. You know, it was, and you tend to take things for granted when you live in them day after day after day, but going away and coming back, you're aware of the quality and the attention to detail and just everything. I mean, if I had to point to one thing that I liked about the house, I don't know that I could come up with it, because I like everything about the house.
Well, some of them were just kind of
Awestruck.
they get real quiet.
Yeah.
But I think it's impressive. You know, the floors are beautiful, the hand-scraped wood floors, and we saw them do that. And you know, that's a lot of work. But as I say, it turned out great. And all of those little touches, and some not so little, like we were able to put in a 4-foot refrigerator and get the same panels to match the rest of the cabinet. You know, that's again something that a lot of builders wouldn't do for you. Very, very well. They've done a great job for us. And Kent even came over personally a couple of times, you know, and fixed some things. And you know, that's really an amazing thing when the builder personally shows up and, you know, does something for you.
Well, we had a leak, a pipe that wasn't connected, so we had some water damage on the floors. This was shortly after we moved in. And, you know, with most places you expect, oh, you're going to have to fight. You're going to have to duke it out with the builder to get this fixed or looking for it. And that was not the case. They came in, they fixed it, and no problem.
The design center is really a nice touch. Again, this is a first for us. In the past, you just go to the builder's office and pick some things, but to have somebody who is really professional with choosing the colors and so on, that was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it helped both of us a lot.
It did.
And we even took some pictures with our camera of what our choices were so we wouldn't forget, because it takes a while to finish building the house. Even though, there's another thing. I mean, the speed with which this house was built, again, it trumps everything we've ever experienced with other builders, because it took easily twice as long to build our last house.
Yeah, it did.
And, well, not to mention they put the foundation in the wrong place. The one-year warranty was absolutely honored, and in fact, they honored a few items beyond that. No questions asked, so I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
We're very picky people. We've lived in several houses, and we really like to have things the way we like them. And for example, we have a sink in the island, which was a challenge to put in, but they did it again. And there are a lot of things. We're used to the larger refrigerator, so they did that for us. And if you just buy a used house, you're always going to have compromises. This is the way we wanted it, and it came out that way. And by now we've had enough experience where I think we did it right finally.
Yeah. Absolutely, yes.
Our experience with them has been first class all the way. We feel we've really actually been indulged in the building process, compared to a lot of the others. And we looked at a lot of different builders. We really did, probably a half dozen or more. And none of them, were as professional and thorough as this builder. I